Good to go. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tale of the tape. And here he is in the flesh, Terence "Bud" Crawford. 5'7" tall, tipping the scales at 140 pounds, bang on, with a reach of 47 inches. And he'll be going up against Sugar Ray Leonard. Terence "Bud" Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different weight classes, including the undisputed welterweight title. His hometown is Wilmington, North Carolina.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, presenting one of the all-time greats, the Hall of Fame legend of boxing, a 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
So much hype surrounding this fight, and now it is go time.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk. And there's the bell to start the round. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it off. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Looks like they're going to mix up their strategy a little bit here. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. A wise veteran move there to clinch.
You've got to save that in the back, because if you're ever hit and hurt, a clinch will save your life. You've got to hold.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Catch and shoot. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? Both of these fighters have had their moments. What a punch.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. This fighter focuses on those long, smart move to grab a hold of your opponent, but obviously you can't do that too often.
I don't know if it's a dancing competition or a fight.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Sugar Ray Leonard days. And they got caught. And there it is, the knockdown punch we knew was coming. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, 4, 5.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. There's a counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. He's dominating him, and he's going to let him know all about it. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Well, you know with featherweights, the hands are going to be flying. A lot of punch output.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Well, this won't sit well with their opponent. Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. The perfect counter lands. What a punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And you can see he does not like being grabbed onto.
Yeah, you got to clinch. Well, the idea is just to get your opponent to complain to the referee. Get him to complain about the condition. Get him to just feel uncomfortable. Keep doing an unorthodox thing. I don't mind that now and again, but don't make a habit of it.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Punch, counter punch. Why does he continue to hold? The referee can take a point here.
You cannot do it too often because the referee is going to pull you apart and deduct a point.
Continues to touch him up. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That count, and now going for the finish. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
And there's the bell to start the round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They're going to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Hold that thought! Let me jump in for just a second. Oh, that punch! Hey, sometimes the best thing you can do is to grab your opponent. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it was like two.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Another scoring shot there. How many more times is the referee going to let these fighters clinch each other without taking a point?
Had to hold on, getting hurt every time the punches land.
And a wise move there to clinch.
Sometimes you got to go with the instinct.
Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? This has been a very competitive round between these two. Well, this is what he does, going right after the challenger.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself.
And wisely here, they're going to clinch and hold on to stop. What's the referee thinking right now? Oh, and that changes everything. And down they go. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after another knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.